Hello, my name is Monica Morales. Here's just a bit about me, what I value and think is most important in life. Self concept and self esteem, to begin with, are things that I struggled with as I grew into a young adult. I struggled to find my own identity and struggled with believing in myself after many mistakes, missteps, and poor judgment. I believe it began with the loss of my grandmother when I was just 19. That set in motion many of the behaviors that impacted my life negatively. It started with choosing not to continue pursuing my college education and sort of snowballed into poor decision making after that. I realized very quickly that I had no future if I continued down this path, and that my grandmother would have been so heartbroken because she always knew that I was capable of so much more. She believed in me, so I had to find a way to believe in myself. After that phase in my life, I didn't choose to go back to school right away. I chose instead to work. And I had many successful years in nonprofit organizations where I felt a great amount of fulfillment in helping others. Those were also the years in which I met my then husband. And just when I thought that things could not get any better in our lives, we learned that we were going to be parents. But our excitement soon turned into a disconnect that I never saw coming. While my life was moving in one direction, in the direction of motherhood, my husband drifted farther and farther away from us. And as my marriage crumbled, I realized that I was going to be a single mother. And this was something that I feared the most. And I finally had to make the very painful decision to end my marriage once I felt it was not going to be a safe or loving environment for my child. That was probably the hardest time in my life, being a new mother and having to do it all alone. I had always been somewhat independent, but once I found my footing, became more responsible and organized, that's when I truly started to value my independence, both as a single, successful woman and as a single mother. It was just no longer myself I had to worry about. I had this tiny human being who needed my love and guidance, and I had no partner to share that weight of that responsibility. This made me realize that what I wanted the most from my son is for him to always feel loved and secure. I want to be an example of strength and positivity and perseverance. I want to inspire him as much as he inspires me every day. I also want him to understand the value in education and hard work. See, my son has always motivated me and inspired me to work harder towards a successful future for the both of us. I have been pursuing my college education and I have made many sacrifices along the way. These sacrifices seem so small in comparison to the successes that we have been blessed with. I have an incredible job that I love in education, and I am surrounded by a supportive team and a leader with a strong character and integrity. I've been blessed with the opportunity to continue pursuing my education, which is something that I'm very passionate about. My son and I are the happiest and healthiest we have ever been. We are a team. We rely on one another. We are this tiny family unit, as unconventional and unique as we are. We are family. We live a pretty active life outdoors. We enjoy any outdoor sports or activities. And I do have to mention that we are not as highly dependent on technology as most people, which is something that many of our friends and family have a difficult time understanding. But we are surrounded by loving friends and family nonetheless, and they are endlessly supportive. I feel that our bonds are made stronger because we keep open communication. We respect each other enough to always be honest. I am always clear about my goals and objectives, and those who are on board and supportive are those that are still part of our lives. I am proud to say today that I believe in myself. I believe I can reach my dreams and goals through hard work. I believe that I am strong, independent, hardworking, single mother, and that is nothing to be ashamed of and everything to be proud of. Thank you for listening.